Do you guys see that? It says recording, and we can pause it and everything.
Cool.
I'm just so excited to talk. You don't know.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything either.
Oh, okay. I literally can't hear you.
Oh.
Well, I can now, but when you were talking, I couldn't hear you or couldn't hear anybody.
Well, you know what it all comes down to? I'm going to edit this, and everything's going to turn out fine. Anyways.
All right.
Let's hop into it, yeah?
Do it, yeah. Let's do it.
All right. Welcome to Unmastered. I'm Emma.
And I'm Gohar.
And we are uncut and on the records with your favorite bands. And that is the first time I have said that in 9 months.
No.
That's how long it's been since I've done this.
Emma, we did one in January. I guess January was 9 months ago.
Quarantine makes January feel like 9 months ago.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is.
It's
been a while since we've done one of these together with the two of us, though. So I'm definitely super excited to be back with Gohar and a brand new guest we have today, which we're super excited about.
Yeah,
today really excited to talk to y'all again.
Yeah.
So without further ado, Gohar,
yes.
Why don't you introduce our guest?
I shall. Thank you. Today we're sitting down with Bandade. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What is up? My name is Bandade. I'm a music producer based out of Orange County, California, and I'm really excited to be here to talk to you guys today.
Oh, rad. Too bad this is a podcast and people can't see me hang loose.
Well, we're really excited to have you here. And one thing that we like to do on all of our episodes is do a little bit of an icebreaker just for the heck of it. So we have two for you. First one we've got is, if you were a crayon, what color would you be and why? And then second one, what is your in and out order?
Oh, okay. I like this. I like both of these questions a lot.
All right, we're ready to hear it, man.
I think I was never a big crayon guy, so I feel like...
You know what? You can do markers.
Okay, markers. I think a lot of people are going to be expecting something crazy color-wise, but I really like the color gray. I don't know why. Something about gray is just, like, appealing.
Neutral?
Yeah, maybe. But I like to wear a lot of gray, and that would be my go-to color if I had to. So
We talked about this during our last interview with Twin Tides. I believe one of them said that their favorite color was gray also, and I'm like, I am right there with you, buddy. It is very neutral, goes with everything. It's a mixture between black and white. How could you not like it?
Wow, there you go. That's probably why I like it then.
Not to get all nerdy and geeky on you, but are you aware that there's a gray scale and that there's a color called middle gray, and it's really hard to achieve, and it's considered like the perfect gray and is actually like the dead middle?
Excuse me while I write this down right now. Hold on.
I learned this in my photography class because we used to take like black and white photography with like film photography, and we were learning about middle gray, and there's like a whole gray scale where it's like white, black, and then like different grays along it, and then there's one called middle gray, and it's like this really gorgeous gray. And I know that sounds weird, but like it's so beautiful and it's just insane. So look it up.
Well, that's something.
Yeah, I'm glad I learned something new today, and I don't mean that in a sarcastic way. I actually want to look that up now.
For the day.
Yeah.
I have plenty of time to dive into that.
All right. Second question.
Second question is great because for those of you who don't know, In-N-Out is my go-to place. So much that the people like know my order there.
Oh, you have a usual.
Yeah, I'm that guy. So I usually get just nothing crazy, like a number one, which is like a double with no onions, no lettuce, but this is the kicker right here.
Mm-hmm.
I get a Flying Dutchman on the side.
Huh.
Wait, what What's a Flying Dutchman?
A Flying Dutchman is just the patty, cheese, and the patty, but it's something about it is bomb in and out.
Interesting. Emma, what's your go-to order? Do you get fries with that, by the way?
I do, yes.
Animal fries?
Sometimes, but that's I have to be in the mood for that.
Yeah.
But sometimes.
I'm still tripping out over the Flying Dutchman.
There's an insane amount of secret menu items.
I used to be a big In-N-Out person, and now I'm not as much, just because like red meat makes my tummy ache.
Oh, bummer! You're missing out.
I'm like really craving it. It'll just be just like the cheeseburger with onion, ketchup, lettuce, and the special sauce on the side, and then I'll get fries, and then if we're going for a shake, I'll do a Neapolitan shake.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I also have to put a lot of like pepper, not like pepperoncinis, but like just ground like black pepper. I put a lot of it on my fries.
Why do you get the spread on the side? Why don't you just put the spread in the burger?
I like to dip my burger in the spread.
Okay.
Are you guys ready for my order? It's wild.
I want to hear it.
I get my cheeseburger, mustard fried, whole grilled onions, extra toasted buns.
What is mustard fried?
That just made my order not sound cool anymore.
So when it comes to animal style burgers, they spread a layer of mustard on the patty and then fry the patty. And I love that flavor, but I don't like that they cut up the onions and grill them, and I don't like pickles in my sandwich. So I ask for mustard fried patty, and I want my onions whole grilled because I don't like them raw. And I love the sauce in my burger, but I don't like that it gets soggy, so I get the buns extra toasted. Mm-hmm. You can steal that if you want.
Why do I feel like this is like the foodies? Like, it's just funny because you know how everyone's always talking about how Starbucks orders are so complex, and we're over here with like our In-N-Out orders, like we have a preference.
It's an art. That's why.
Yes.
You know, I really wish that they would, and I know that they're not going to do it because like that's what a hamburger is all about, but I really, really wish they would do like an Impossible Burger or a Beyond Burger because I love In-N-Out. But
they might. You can get a grilled cheese there.
You know what I've done before? I've literally gotten the burger from In-N-Out, but not had like no meat patty, and then gone through Carl's Jr. and gotten just the Beyond patty and put it in there.
Whoa.
Well, there you go.
And there's a Carl's Jr. right next to an In-N-Out, like back in my hometown where I'm from. So, like, literally, it's just across the street.
Oh, Emma's from Orange County too. So, where exactly?
Yeah.
Well, okay, I'm not from Orange. Well, I was born in Orange County, but I live in Chino Hills, or used to live in Chino Hills.
Okay.
Yeah. Where are you at, Frankie?
I'm in Yorba Linda.
Oh, you're not far from Chino Hills at all.
Yeah, at all. And there is a Carl's Jr. next to In-N-Out, so I might have to try that now.
I love doing it. All right, we've talked about food so much. You can tell my only quarantine hobby is eating snacks. Why don't we dive into what we're here for, and that is the music and all of that great stuff. So, Gohar, why don't you kick it off?
Oh, hell yes. Okay. So, Frankie, you don't mind me calling by your first name?
Of course not.
Okay. Frankie reached out to me not too long ago, and he sent me some music, and I absolutely loved it. And he was telling me that he's got a new EP coming out, and I heard a few of the songs, and he sent a couple our way to listen to as well. And I just want to talk about the EP because it's so refreshing, and it's really chill, and it's very catchy, which you don't hear very often with this chill kind of music. So my question to you is, how did you get drawn to this genre?
Cool. That's awesome. That's an awesome question.
Wow, thank you.
Well, it's just because, like, Okay, so like I've always loved the Chainsmokers, so like naturally I feel like they make the catchiest music around, like, in my opinion. I just think everything they put out is like always so good. So that is what I wanted to integrate that somehow in this EP, like as far as the like the lyrical content and the the catchiness, poppiness side of it. But I really, really was drawn to lo-fi. I love listening to lo-fi music.
Oh
And
hell yeah! You know that live YouTube lo-fi
yes, yeah,
music
that's
video.
I'm always on that. But I feel like that channel in particular sounds like naturally very jazzy and bluesy and dark. And so I wanted to take that vibe and try and twist it into like a poppy, happy, and catchy vibe. And so that was like my whole intent behind it going into it. Yeah.
Well, you definitely accomplished that. That's for sure. Considering like the music that you sent me and what we might hear on this show, it's definitely you accomplished that for sure.
Cool.
So I'm really excited for people to hear it.
Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm stoked as well, for sure.
I know that you mentioned the Chainsmokers and how they've been like a big influence for you. And I remember you kind of told us that there was like a specific concert you went to where you felt like really inspired by that. So I want to know like what that feeling was and kind of like describe that concert for us and like how that propelled you forward.
Yeah. So my buddy really liked the Chainsmokers, and he told me let's go to a concert, and it was on like December 31st, going into 2017. So in 2016, and I said, okay, I didn't know much about them, but we went, and I didn't really know much other than like they had that song like
Closer.
Closer, and I'm thinking, what's the
Roses?
selfie.
Oh,
Like selfie was like their like that's like
oh my
something
God,
that
that's
people
like
don't.
Wait.
Chainsmokers.
Is that? But first,
Let me take a
let me.
Yeah. Like people don't even realize that that's like
I
the
didn't know
Chainsmokers.
that was
That's
them.
like beginning Chainsmokers, yeah.
But that was like when they had like Selfie, Closer, and Roses. So that was like their three like big songs. So that's all I knew really about them. But
That's
when
crazy.
when I went there, they debuted Paris, and I remember like them playing it, and the crowd literally standing there like completely still, because Paris isn't like a banger where everyone's going crazy, but it is a banger. But I just remember them playing that, and me just kind of like, I found myself that night like standing still most of the night, because I'd never really been to like a big EDM concert like that, and it just blew my mind, to be honest with you. And just like their stage presence and how they were integrating like singing, like Drew Taggart was singing.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, was he actually singing?
Yeah, he was singing, and then he would go back, and then they would throw down like heavy trap music. So like that contrast was like super intriguing to me. And pretty much like after that, I was like, I don't know what they're doing or how they're doing it, but I want to do that. And so that was the beginning of it all, literally, that night.
Wow, that's incredible.
I love how live music can be like so inspiring, and
I was about to say that.
It's such a wonderful experience like within itself, and that's why I think like because of everything going on in the world right now, like people are trying to do these, live stream concerts and all of this stuff, but it's just not the same in my opinion. I'm very much like an experiential person, and like part of going to the concert isn't just the music, it's like the full experience. And so that's why it's like so weird to not have that, because for me like live music is so intense and so amazing. Like
it's an experience.
It's literally just an experience. Like even if it's just someone sitting there and the room is deadpan like silent, that's an experience in itself. It doesn't always have to be super flashy and in your face. Like I remember I saw Passenger years ago at the Troubadour, and the entire room was so silent he didn't even use the microphone. Like,
whoa,
that was an experience in itself. So I love that this concert for you and live music for you really inspired you so much and essentially kicked off this new thing for you. I think that just shows how amazing music is and how amazing live music is as well.
Yeah, I agree so much. It really
is. You seem like to be very aware and like involved in like kind of like the electronic music, like house lo-fi kind of music. So how does like your love for that kind of music influence the music that you're making?
I think specifically like when I was drawn to like shifting more towards lo-fi, it was like during this like kind of dark period in my life where last year like my cousin who was like literally like my brother, he got paralyzed, and it like really rattled me. And then I went through like this like small little relationship like drama, and that ended, and that kind of messed me up too. And so like the mix of those two like put me in a really weird spot where like I had never been before. So I just found myself like just like listening to a bunch of different music, and I like really gravitated towards like just chill. Like I just wanted to chill out during that time. I didn't want to listen to anything crazy. I didn't want to listen to anything like happy and make like it. Nothing felt real to me. I was very jaded, I guess, during that time period. So like that lo-fi music, I felt like I could sit in my car at 2:00 in the morning with all the lights off and just relax and just like not think about anything, and just like I felt like that was just like really a good, like that was the only time I felt like I guess like a safe spot, you know, like there wasn't much going on. And so like that inspired me with that like warm bass, and I wanted to like incorporate that. And then kind of this EP that I made is really telling my story of my emotions that past year, and still making it where even though it was a dark time, I wanted to make it more like my brand, and which is more of happy and bright. And so that's how I kind of made that blend, I guess.
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for like sharing that with us. It's like it's a lot to go through, and I know that a lot at once can be very hard for someone. So, and I also commend you for being able to find that, you know, escapism that you needed, and like take your time to give yourself that break. And I think it's really amazing that you were able to take all of that and turn it into something and have it inspire you in a certain way. So definitely commend you for that. I know it can be really hard.
Yeah. There's a lot that goes into when you're feeling something that's so intense, you gravitate towards things that have just as intense of a feeling, just so that your energy levels are matched with that. Do you get what I'm trying to say here? And then you gravitate towards something that will make you feel the opposite. If you're okay, let's say in what you were saying is you were feeling overwhelmed, yes, and you gravitated towards the type of music that really relaxed you and chilled you out. And there's not a lot of things that can do that for you right off the bat unless you actually like take the time to practice meditating or what have you. So the fact that your energy gravitated toward that kind of music really speaks volumes. Does that make sense?
It definitely does.
Okay.
No, it definitely does.
Yeah. I love that. That's one of my favorite things. That's my favorite thing about music. It doesn't take too much of your energy to make you feel.
Yeah.
Wow.
For sure.
I should tweet that.
I love that music can also help heal things and just help you get through things. So, I mean, that's just what makes music so incredible and amazing and insane.
I think the reason why this EP is so special to me is because it's so personal to me. Like, like the first 3 songs that I put out, or the first 4 songs that I put out, like I created these fictional stories in my head that like I put onto paper, and then I created it from there, and then that's how the music came out. But like this happened, this was like something that actually happened, so it hits so much different. And yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Did you find that being like more vulnerable with expressing real things that happened in your music? Did you find that to be hard, or was the like writing process easier because did it flow more naturally? Like, how did the two compare, like writing about actual experiences versus these characters that you had created?
I think initially, like with the first songs, it was more of like creating like a script in my head. I don't know, like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then kind of like it was all in my head. And then with the EP, like I actually like drew a picture like of my feelings. And I had never done that before. Like I drew how I was feeling, and it's actually the album art, which is like a big set of rolling hills, and then it's like dusk right before it's about to get dark, and then you can see the moon on the left side, and then this tree with like leaves falling off, and then a little boy on the bottom kind of leaning against a tree holding balloons. That's like the album art. And so that's what I initially drew, and I literally sat on that probably for a few days before I even started making any music, because I wanted it to be like so real, and that helped me a lot. Visualizing it.
That's amazing.
Cool. I love that. I can't wait to see that album art now.
I'll show you.
Do you guys want to listen to one of the songs right now?
Let's do it.
Which one would you like for us to play?
Whichever one your heart desires.
Oh wow. Okay. Let's play one of your old ones first, and then we can play Back Home at the end of the show.
Sounds good.
Which one of your old ones do you want us to put in here?
You can play Let All the Worry Go.
Do you want to talk more about that before we play it, or you want to talk about it after?
I'll do it after.
All right. Let's go into that.
Stay close, the stars are out tonight. Reach out and grab my hand, we'll fly. Forget the hate, it's amplified. You're safe tonight. Just wipe those tears and say goodbye. Your heart is bigger than the lie. Let all the worry go, don't let it slow you roll. These things are dirty clothes, they need to go. Your thoughts are cloudy though, make sure you take it slow. Those things will help you grow, and you need to know that you love. It's okay to be crying. Words can hurt, but what's worth without fighting? Yeah, let's go. Don't let it slow you roll, make sure you take it slow. These things will help you grow, you need to know. Stay strong, I'll be with you tonight. Your joy is brighter than the sky. Forget the hate, it's amplified. You're safe tonight. Just wipe those tears and say goodbye. Let all the worry go, don't let it slow you roll. Your heart is bigger than the lie. Let all the worry go, don't let it slow you roll. These things are dirty clothes, they need to go. Your thoughts are cloudy though, make sure you take it slow. Those things will help you grow, and you need to know that you love. It's okay to be crying. Words can hurt, but what's worth without fighting? Yeah, let's go. Don't let it slow
Okay, you just heard Let All the Worries by Bandade. I think this is one of the songs that you initially sent me via Instagram. I don't remember
Yeah, it
it
was.
entirely. Yeah. It's great. I freaking love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
How did you go about writing this?
So my kind of whole vibe when I make music is I want to give like the listeners a feeling of like hope and encouragement and love.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I wrote this song, I wanted to I kind of painted the picture in my head like this kid who's this confident kid who sees maybe this not so confident person getting bullied or feeling down, and kind of like mentoring him like, hey, let all the worry go, like don't let it slow you roll, like don't let it slow you down, like be bigger, be better. So just kind of like encouraging someone who might be feeling down. And so that was the whole vibe of the song, is like just uplifting others, I guess, in a positive way, and it kind of gives that like happy vibe.
Speaking of happy vibes,
Uh-huh.
you kind of mentioned something about happiness, joy, and change being 3 words that kind of mean a lot to you and like what you stand for. So do you want to kind of elaborate on that a little bit, and why those words and what those words like mean to you?
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm I'm a Christian, so like I think that like plays such like a heavy role in my outlook of everything, like life, and obviously it applies to music too. So like I wanted to take the opportunity to like integrate that and show like that love that I feel from God and pour it into my music. So like those are 3 words that I feel like have like really impacted my life, like just and been poured into me probably by my parents, honestly, and my family. And so that's just me, like that's just who I am. It's just like I'm full of like energy, and so I'm just like, okay, how can I do that? Just put it into my music. So that's just what I stand for, pretty much, is those 3 words, and that's how I want people to feel when they listen to my music.
I love that. I love that so much. I also love that you're spiritual. You don't have to. Okay, when I think this is very important, and a lot of people don't agree because there's always this conflict of religion. But I myself am Christian, but I do also very heavily believe in the universe and other spirituality things, and I think that's a very important thing in a person's life. You need to be able to feel everybody's energy. You need to be able to understand yourself. You need to be able to think about a higher power, and you need to be able to change for self growth. And I love this journey for you.
Thank you so much.
I'm just I've been really feeling it this year. The the overwhelming amount of energy I've been feeling this year. I've just been wanting to express that to so many people, and I love that you're already feeling it, because it's something that everyone, in my personal opinion, that needs to feel. And if you're feeling it, whether it's with uh Buddhism, Christianity, even atheism has some type of spiritual connection. And that it's really important to how you're living your life. And if you're living your life in a certain way and you feel as if it is bringing you joy, shout out Marie Kondo, you can definitely achieve everything you want in your life.
Yeah, definitely. I think at the bottom of it all, like at the base of it all, I think that you should just show people love no matter what. And like you said, it doesn't matter what religion you are, but like just show people love. And if you can do that through music and feeling that, I think it's a pretty cool thing. So that's what I'm at least trying to accomplish, for sure.
I love it.
So, was this like, have you always felt this throughout your like whole life, like growing up, like as a child, like were these like the same like things that were like important to you and everything? Like, how was it growing up? Because you were a little bit of a child actor, and I know that
Just a little bit.
I know that has its own, you know, things surrounding it. So I just wanted to know like how that kind of affected things growing up for you, and like what made you decide to like step away from that and move forward with other things in your life and then eventually into music.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I think I had a great example from my father growing up in the acting world, just because he really never let that like all get to me, because at the time I feel like that show, That's So Raven, was like such a popping show that like
you don't even know.
Everybody was watching it, and everybody, like, when I would leave and go anywhere, it was just weird. Like I grew up not being like super like, I don't know, like when I got that attention, it was very overwhelming initially for me, but my dad like never let it get to me, because I think it's really easy to let that like be like, oh yeah, I'm the best type of vibe, I guess. And
you're saying he humbled you.
He humbled me for sure, and he kept me level-headed. And but as far as what your question was, like, there is so much pressure in the acting world, and like I was forced to be an adult as a child, and that was a really weird feeling, because I felt like there was so much pressure behind that. So there was times where I didn't feel happiness, joy, you know, and love, and I was like, whoa, this is a lot. But again, like I had really good pillars in my life to keep me strong through it all. And I think if I would have stayed in the acting world, I wouldn't be who I am today, to be honest with you, because I just saw so many of my close friends that are names that you still know today that you've seen like drastically change, because it really affects you.
That's
I'm
crazy.
glad that you had those people to keep you grounded and to, you know, really help you navigate that. Because I mean, I can't even imagine what that's like, and I think it's very good that you're surrounded by the right kind of people in order to guide you through that. So that's really amazing. When you like made the decision to like leave, was that like an easy decision? Like, how did you step away from that, and then how did that shape you into who you are now? Because you said you wouldn't be who you are now, so how did that shape you into that?
Yeah, so I grew up loving sports. I was playing sports while I was acting, so that was always like hard for me, because again, my parents wanted me to still like be that regular kid while still doing not regular kid things. And there was just a point in time where I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. I'm over this, because it was affecting like me missing games, missing practices. And
what did you play?
I played baseball and football and basketball. I played everything. Anything that I could play, I was playing. And so I just,
if it has balls, you're in it.
Exactly. But I just remember just saying, I want to get out of it. I just want to be a regular kid. I just want to be a regular kid. And as much as my parents could have said like, no, you're still doing this, because they saw probably the potential that it could have been, they allowed me to leave it behind. And that, looking back now, and how that shaped me into the person I am now, it's just like, it showed me like so much gratitude I have towards my parents to allow me to do what I truly wanted to do. And yeah, like it was just like such a important time in my life, and I'm glad that I did it and it happened, but I don't like regret it, because I was able to move on, and I was able to do sports, which was my true passion and was my true love. And I got to end up playing high school and then college baseball, and it was
amazing.
Awesome. It was awesome. And just another time period in my life that shaped me into who I am, I guess.
You seem like a very well-rounded individual.
Mm-hmm.
That's very awesome because you have all these different skills, and then with all those skills you've learned and all the lessons you've learned and all the things that you've gone through, you're able to kind of use that to shape you into who you are. And I think that's very admirable and very wonderful.
Thank you.
So I think
I lost you there, Emma. Say that again.
You had a question about I'm here, hello. Zoom be like.
Yeah. I do have a question. The thing that I'm looking at here on our list, and according to what you sent us earlier, it says that you were doing top lining and producing. How did you get started in that?
As far as
Before
like
or after sports?
Okay. So after I finished college, that's when that whole thing with the Chainsmokers happened, which led me to do like a bunch of research, which led me to go to Icon Collective, which is that music production school in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I learned how to make music. And so after I graduated from there, I like realized that I really, really loved to write top lines. And for those of you who don't know what that means, that's the vocal melody over the songs. So that's something that I love, and it just comes naturally to me in the sense of like I can just hear a chord progression and then I can just start
singing. Yeah.
So people around me kind of like noticed that was something that they liked, and so I just started helping a few people. It's nothing crazy, but like I really, really, really enjoy doing that, and through it, I've been able to make a lot of connections, and I'm gonna be getting credits on some tracks on some producers that I would only dream of.
That's
being
amazing.
Cool.
Congratulations.
So you're relatively new to the music industry as we are. What have you noticed any struggles making connections with people, networking and everything?
Definitely, yeah. I think it's very easy to like be put in that box of like, oh, he's just in it for himself, or there's just so many. I feel like the music industry right now is very oversaturated, so it's just like really hard to weave out like who's in it, really in it, and who's just in it, I guess. But yeah, there's definitely been struggles, and it's definitely been like a humbling experience knowing that like I know what it takes to be a professional in a different realm, and then starting from the bottom and trying to weave my way in the musical side and do it the right way. But honestly, at the end of the day, I've found myself, if you just be yourself and just talk to people and create friendships first, that's really what it's about. And kind of don't pitch music for like, hey, this is my stuff, check it out. Like no one wants to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, again, from experience, nobody cares about your music and people care about your face. That is what it all comes down to. Yeah, I can definitely relate to that, and I'm assuming you're just like me and you love talking to people and you love making friendships. So I think the only difficult part about being in the music industry now, again, with the type of personality that you and I share, is just maintaining people's attention. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's such an important and overlooked thing. Yes, you got someone's attention, you befriended them for 5 minutes, you have 1 or 2 inside jokes, you shared your music with them, they liked it, then what? You have to like continue to connect with them, which is exhausting. I've experienced personally. I don't know if you have the same experience as I do.
No, definitely. it's definitely like a weird place to like feel like you're there. There's been definitely like 3 or 4 times where I'm like, whoa, this may be something here.
Mm.
And then yeah, like you said, it's like, this is sick, this is awesome, and it's just like, okay,
And then now what?
nothing pans out sometimes. But what are you gonna do? Are you gonna like cry like a little baby in the corner, or are you gonna put your head down and keep going? And that's literally, I feel like it's like a wall pushing behind you. It's like the sun's gonna rise tomorrow, so it's like I only have one choice. That's just to keep going. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep pushing, and if it's God's will for something to happen, it will. And I can't be worried about it. I just have to do my part.
It's interesting that you said you're already a professional in one aspect of the entertainment industry, and now you're starting from the bottom in this other, avenue of the entertainment industry. That's so interesting. I can't imagine being so successful in one part and then thinking, hey, I want to shift it out like a little bit, and then everyone like just does not know who you are. It's crazy.
It's a very weird feeling.
Oh my God, I'm going to bring up a story, and I hope they don't mind me sharing this. But do you remember Vine? Oh my God, I can't believe I said those words.
Yes, of course.
Do you remember Vine?
Yes, of course.
There was a user, her name is Alley Cat. I think it's Alley I don't know her last name. Alley Cat, you know her.
Mm-hmm.
But she did a whole bunch of comedy videos on Vine, and recently I befriended somebody, and he put on a show at the Viper Room, and opening for him was Alley Cat, and she has a massive social media following, insane amount, but she only brought like 5 people to the show. And it's incredibly disheartening knowing that you can have so much success somewhere, and then you want a little bit of attention to a different kind of project that you're working on, and people couldn't care any less.
Yeah, that's definitely probably a weird feeling for her.
I don't think it's just her. A lot of people struggle with this. Another friend of mine, her name is Soma. She was in one of the more recent Degrassi things in Canada, and she came down just last year trying to pursue more music stuff, and like no one's paying attention to her music. Everyone's still all up in her acting, and she's like, but music?
Yeah, it's a weird pitch. It's like people know you for that, so it's like they just want to see that.
Yeah.
But I think in my case it was like long enough ago to where it could be like, that was super sick, but what are you doing now?
Yeah. That's crazy.
I hope that's the case. I feel like most people have like not made that the main focus for me.
In all honesty, I think the way that you're doing it is right. You have a new alias. You're starting from scratch. Yes, you can bring in your past life to like, nudge people in your direction. But I think the way that you're doing it is nice, because then you don't have to convince your old fans to follow your new journey.
Right.
But if they do rediscover you, you can be like, oh yeah, I'm doing this now.
And I don't feel like it's that much of a drastic change as far as like,
mm-hmm.
I am painting my nails, I'm putting eyeliner on. It's just like this completely different person, It's like, it's still Frankie. I'm still me. I'm still me. Like, exactly. That's why I still do the funny videos and be stupid and joke around, because it's like.
Oh, by the way, everybody go follow him on TikTok, because A+ content. please plug your TikTok, because it's amazing. Dude, I love it with all the videos with your family. Oh, so good.
They're in it. They're in it with me.
So good.
I love that it's like good to have people who support you for you no matter what. I think that's really special when you have those kind of people behind you, and you have that kind of connection with the world, and I think that's really, really awesome.
Yeah, I am very, very, very blessed to have a lot of people like supporting me. Like if I have last time I had a show, I had probably like 50 or 60 people come, and it was just like, what? Like
that's amazing.
I didn't expect that at all, but it's like people like, you know, they support me, and that's cool. Like that's so cool, and that's why, again, like you said earlier, like keeping people's attention. That's why it's like I want to do it the right way, and not just be like too much, but still be like, hey, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like there's definitely a fine line of like overdoing it and like being right in the middle with content and music and everything.
That gray, that neutral.
A neutral.
Well, I would really love to jump into the final. Y'all hear me?
Can you repeat what you said,
out?
Please?
Oh, there we go. I'm back. I'm back in business, baby. Let's go ahead and jump into the next song we're gonna do, Back Home. So, do you want to tell us a little bit about that one?
Sure. So that's the last song off the EP, and it's obviously called Back Home. And this was written, honestly, probably about a month ago. And I started.
Oh, it's a fresh one.
Yeah, because I started. Okay, I'm getting a little off track, but I think it's important to set this up. I started the EP in November, and I made about 14 demos, and then from the 14, I condensed it to 3.
Whoa!
And so I had We Fly, Tragedy and Hope, and then Love You. Those are the 3 songs. And then I was like, I think it needs one more to bring it back home
all together.
You know? And,
wow.
And like I said earlier, with the things that I went through last year, I finally, for the first time in probably January, felt like myself again. Felt like I was like, okay, Frankie's back. Like I finally felt myself again, and so that is like so much deeper than just like coming back home. It's like I'm finally back to myself, and that's why it was such a special song. And I made it, and you know, I made it recently, so it tied in perfectly with the storyline for the EP. Yeah.
I love that. That warmed my heart. I really love that concept. Okay. Well, I'm excited for everyone to hear this one. So, without any more mumbling, here's Back Home.
I'll find my way back home. Go ahead, but don't let go. I'll find my way back home. Go ahead, but don't let go. Yeah, oh yeah.
right, you guys just listened to Back Home by Bandade. This is going to be off of his upcoming EP called The Path. I'm very excited for people to hear this because I want people to be vibing just as much as I'm vibing when I'm listening to it. So I'm just really excited. I don't know.
So, wait, when can we expect this EP? Do we know yet, or is it kind of up in the air with everything going on?
Well, I'm doing just
from the time of this recording. By the way,
recording.
from the time of this recording.
Well, I'm doing a lot of prep work right now, and working with like an animator, and I kind of want this to be like another thing that inspired me is like kind of like Japan raining anime vibes too. Like,
oh my god, I love those vibes.
that's like something that inspired me too, and that's definitely like not the forefront, but you can feel that within it. I think, well, I got distracted because I was looking at the socials. What was the question again?
When can we expect the EP?
Okay, yeah.
Potentially.
Okay. So I say that, and then I think that you could expect it probably in the beginning of summer, so around June or July.
Awesome, amazing. All right. Well,
great timeline. We should probably all be outside by then.
That's why I don't want to do it right now. I want to sit on it for a second.
I mean, sure, but like then everybody has nothing to do right now except for listen to music.
You gotta let it marinate.
I want to do it the right way. I want to market it the right way too. I don't want it to rush into it.
Yes, take your time. Do it when the time's right. I love that. Where can the people find you on the socials?
You can find me on Instagram at Bandade Music, and then Twitter it's Bandade Official at Bandade Official. Or Official Bandade. I'm gonna check that one more time. Bandade Official, and then I think just TikTok is Bandade Music as well. So those are like my main socials. Facebook is just under Bandade Music as well.
Wait a second.
All right. Do you have any final words for the people listening?
Nothing other than thank you for listening. And I hope that you enjoy my music that has already come out and that will come out in the future.
Yay. Well, we're so happy that you were able to join us today. And it was really great to sit down and talk to someone again and just really hear about your story. And I'm very, very excited for what you got coming up for those lo-fi vibes.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. I really appreciate you guys chatting with me.
Of course. Well, as always, I'm Emma.
I'm Gohar.
And this has been Unmastered, and we'll chat with you soon.